heard about it, time seemed to stop.
A newborn baby kidnapped from the hospital. Every minute feeling like a lifetime for his frightened family.
Somebody got my baby, please, God, please, return my grandson.
We were with police tracking down every lead.
And there when they put someone in cuffs. Right now, the search for baby Bryce.
Breaking news coverage starts right now.
Live, local, late breaking. Channel 11 News starts with breaking news.
Somebody got my grandson, please return my baby, God, please.
A tearful and desperate plea after a newborn baby is taken right from the hospital by a stranger wearing hospital scrubs. We've been breaking into programming all afternoon.
And we are certainly hoping that our coverage will help reunite the family with missing Bryce Coleman. We have several reporters working right now to bring you all of the angles in this story. 4 of them will be live in the next few minutes. But we begin tonight with Vince Sims, our first reporter at McGee. Vince?
Yes, we've been here live at McGee since this all went out, and when we first got here, we made it here and we saw police still swarming here to McGee Women's Hospital with their sirens and lights going as they've been searching for this missing 3-day-old little baby. Take a look. This is the picture. This is the baby they want you to see. This is the picture. I was able to talk with his grandmother, and she told me that his name is Bryce Coleman. That is the name of the little 3-day-old little baby boy. Now, police swarmed here to the hospital when this was reported. That grandmother told me a woman posing as the mother's sister came in dressed in scrubs and somehow removed the baby from the nursery as the family was preparing to be discharged today. Now, as you can imagine, this family is absolutely devastated right now. Here's the grandmother telling me about this and making an emotional plea for the return of that little boy.
Somebody came in the hospital and claimed they was my daughter's sister, and they took her newborn baby that she just had on Tuesday. And we don't know where it's at. Somebody got my grandson. Please return my baby, God, please. An innocent baby girl that's in here. What was they doing? And then on the other day, like the day before yesterday, I was told that they had to come and collect all the babies and put all the babies in the nursery because they had 3 babies that had the same number or something. The nurse or something made a mistake or something and put the same number on 3 of the babies. So what's really going on in here? You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't get it. Somebody got my baby. Please, God, please return my grandson.
A very emotional plea from the grandmother who I interviewed when we first made it here to the hospital. Now I've been able to meet up with the sister of the mother whose baby was taken. This is Talisha. You've been here with the family right now. How is the family holding up at this point? How is your sister holding up inside?
Not good at all. I mean, we're all hurting. We just plead that everyone do their best and to send in any information that they know to let us know where he is. My sister's heartbroken. This is, you know, her baby boy, and we just want to see him back safely.
And at this point, have you been able to get any information on where the investigation is going at this point, the family side of it?
As far as I know, they have a person in entrance. I'm not sure who she is, but that's all we know for right now.
And she was being able to be discharged today? They were getting ready to leave the hospital today?
That's how she got away with the baby. The nurse actually cut the band off, and she was able to get away. And she was in my sister's room posing as a nurse student.
She was in there 3 times.
Hold on one second. Let's get a little more information, sir. And your name?
Dale, I'm Talisha's husband.
So this woman was actually in your sister's room?
In-law's bedroom 3 times prior to her taking my nephew.
Okay. So at this point, if, again, the plea that you want the public to hear coming from the family, you being your sister that's in there that has lost her baby right now, your nephew, what's the plea you want to make?
My plea is to, if you know any information, contact police, contact me. I'll post it on Facebook. Just please, we want to get him back safely. My sister's hurting. I'm trying to be strong for her. And that's all we can do right now is keep God first and, you know, lift us up in prayer, please.
All right. Thank you very much for staying strong, talking with me on this. Thank you very much. As you saw that emotional plea from the grandmother, emotional plea from the family right here. They want everybody to be on the lookout for this 3-day-old little boy that has been taken here from McGee Women's Hospital. We'll be here live throughout this evening and bringing you the very latest updates that we can. Reporting live in Oakland, Vince Sims, Channel 11 News.
Yeah, Vince, very good interviews. You can really feel the pain and the desperation of the family there. The suspect looked the part. She says she bought the scrubs to wear into the hospital. The sales clerk who sold those clothes talked to police. We were there when this happened. Julie Fine, live in Oakland with her story. Julie.
Well, right after we got here, so did police. In fact, they just left a few minutes ago. Now, we're here at Life Uniform. Take a look over here. You can see they sell a lot of medical equipment, a lot of scrubs. Now, police talked to a woman who was working at the uniform store. She told us a woman was right here when the doors opened earlier today. Now, here's video of the police going through Life Uniform. Police say the suspect in the case may have bought this black scrub top you see right here and paid with cash. Now, the store manager did have a short conversation with her. Here is what she told us happened.
She just said she needed a scrub top because she was starting to train. Because I asked her what hospital she was at. She said McGee. She said she was starting to train, and I said okay.
Now, police may have a clue here. Apparently, this woman did leave her name when she made that purchase. We're live in Oakland. Julie Fine, Channel 11 News.
Yeah, Julie, she certainly did, and police went straight to the address of the name given at that scrub store, and so did we. We watched as a person was taken away in handcuffs, hiding her face there. Channel 11's Kara Sapita saw all of this go down. She found out more about this woman and what she means to this investigation. Kara.
Well, police rushed to this Wilkinsburg home. They were hopeful they were going to find the suspect and, more importantly, this baby. That did not happen. We were there as they took this woman away in handcuffs. They're calling her a person of interest at this point, not a suspect. Take a look at this video outside of that home. Here she is with a towel over her head, leaving the Wilkinsburg home in handcuffs. It happened around 3 o'clock this afternoon at a home on Laketon Road. Neighbors say Pittsburgh police and Wilkinsburg police rushed in from all directions down this one-way street. Investigators tell me this woman's name was the one used at that store in Oakland where the woman bought the UPMC nurse's uniform. Police say she, as well as several others inside of that home, were being very cooperative. After that woman was taken away, I had the chance to talk to the sergeant, disappointed that they did not find the baby at the home. He said they're following up on each and every tip to try and find the baby boy.
A search of the residence, it did not turn up any signs of a child at this point.
Right now you have no idea where this baby is?
Not at this point.
I should let you know that sources tell me that this woman had a strong alibi today. She was with her family. Of course, they did take her to Pittsburgh Police Headquarters for questioning. Live in Wilkinsburg, I'm Kara Sapita, Channel 11 News.
Thanks, Kara. Very busy afternoon for police and for our crews tracking down every lead. Here is a timeline of the events today. First, 1:54. The first reports came in of the abduction. At 2:01 in the afternoon, we confirmed the news with police. Then at 2:13, we brought you the grandmother's tearful plea for help, which you just heard. At 2:29, we were at the Oakland uniform shop where police believe the scrubs were bought. You saw that just a moment ago. At 3:21, we were in Wilkinsburg as we saw somebody brought out in cuffs. Kara just had that, but this was not the suspect. We will stay on this story, of course, until we can give you a time for when the baby is found.
And of course, there are some security measures in place to make sure that someone just doesn't walk in and steal another baby. Target 11's Rick Earl is finding out how they're supposed to work. Rick?
Well, Darius, first of all, this is a very rare occurrence. It happens fewer than 10 times a year in the United States. Most hospitals, including McGee, have measures in place to protect newborns. I've learned tonight that the hospital immediately went into a code I, which indicates trouble with an infant. The hospital was immediately locked down this afternoon. Now, one of the most important security measures is the ID bracelet. Every newborn at McGee is immediately outfitted with a bracelet on the wrist and the ankle. There's a chip in the bracelet, and if that infant gets too close to any door in the hospital, the doors automatically lock down. But we've learned that the woman who kidnapped the infant cut the bracelets off. We spoke with some mothers and expectant mothers who were in the hospital when this happened, and they tell us the hospital was put in lockdown, and they had guards at every door searching people and guards in the parking lot searching every car.
Actually, they have the front doors all blocked off, and they just won't let people on the second floor because I guess that's where they took the baby at or something.
Sending everybody through that one door, and there's a cop at the door, and they got everything shut down with cops, so you can't get in or get out without getting your car checked. They're checking all the cars and stuff.
Now, I've also learned tonight that the only hospital employees allowed to hold newborns at McGee wear a little pink stork on their ID badge, and parents are told not to let anyone hold their infant unless they have that ID badge with that pink stork. In this case, we know the kidnapper was wearing blue hospital scrubs, but we don't know if she had one of those ID badges. That is the very latest. Reporting live in the newsroom, Rick Earl, Channel 11 News.
And you're probably wondering by now why no Amber Alert has been issued as of yet. Well, we checked with Pittsburgh police in the last 5 minutes, and they tell us they are working with state police to get that Amber Alert going, but it just hasn't happened yet. We want to give you another look at Bryce Coleman. You can count on us to bring you updates on him until he's found. And you should know we broke this big story on Facebook and on Twitter and on the web. And we updated it every second during the day. You can continue to follow the latest details through our social media sites. We'll give you up to the second information no matter where you are.
A busy afternoon of breaking news continues. Shots fired during a robbery in Wilkinsburg. We rushed to Singer Place just after 4 this afternoon. Saw officers with canines searching for suspects. No word on whether anyone was hurt there. We're bringing you breaking news whenever and wherever it happens. This story we broke on the web, a purse snatching spree in the South Hills. Renee Kaminsky got a hold of surveillance video, discovered a connection between the suspects. Renee.
David, this is a first. Police here in Scott Township say a family and one of their friends stalking customers here at the Walmart in Scott Township and the one over in North Fayette for their purses. I got a hold of the surveillance video of this family in action.
He's pacing her, waiting for his opportunity.
No matter how many times North Fayette police showed it to me, watching this man follow this unsuspecting Walmart shopper into the parking lot, waiting for the right moment to grab her purse, was creepy.
She has it on her forearm, and then he grabs it. And then he pulls her across the parking lot and throws her down.
Police say the 55-year-old woman was hurt, but she kept her purse and wits about her enough to identify Andrew Blanning as her attacker. According to police, Blanning and this woman, Nita Kurtz, along with her 2 adult children, Heather and David Barton, were working together targeting shoppers of Walmarts in North Fayette and Scott Township.
Oh, here he is.
Scott Township police showed me the family in action on August 9th. While mom and daughter pretended to shop, the son, police say, staked out the entryway, but all 3 family members were looking for potential victims.
The lady with the purse is over here out of the view.
Police say the man in the baseball cap is Barton, and even though there are people all around him, he's about to boldly steal a woman's purse from a shopping cart.
Scoping her out. See, now he's backing up, and he's going to start boogieing, and he's going to boogie right across the parking lot. He's getting ready, and there he goes.
And police say before they got caught and were arrested, they did use this victim's credit cards to buy an iPod, an iPad, and McDonald's. Reporting live tonight in Scott Township, I'm Renee Kaminsky, Channel 11 News.
Well, we're glad you're with us this evening, and we're just getting started, too. And, of course, we're staying focused on the search for baby Bryce Coleman.
He's been missing for a few hours now. We're talking to family, to police. We are trying to get the word out the best we can. Keep it right here for the latest developments as they happen.
And weather-wise, summer is back. Good evening, everyone. Let me show you the latest temperatures. 83 now at Pittsburgh International Airport. I'm putting together the most recent data showing a forecast warm-up for the weekend. I'll take you hour by hour coming up.
Channel 11 News, back with breaking news.
Yes, we are staying on top of big breaking news today. A 3-day-old baby abducted from McGee Women's Hospital late this afternoon by a stranger disguised in hospital scrubs. This is a picture of the baby. 3-day-old Bryce Coleman still not found. We're checking reports of a possible sighting of the suspect driving a white car in Brentwood. Watch for continuing live coverage tonight at 5:30.
He is on trial for his life. Melvin Knight is being sentenced for the tortured death of a mentally challenged woman after a key witness describes what he believes was the fatal blow. He talked to our Courtney Brennan. Courtney?
Darius, today we heard very detailed, very technical testimony from Dr. Cyril Wecht. And you might be asking yourself, is it really necessary to hear all these details because the defendant, Melvin Knight, already pleaded guilty to killing Jennifer Doherty? But the answer is that yes, it is important, because if this case should ever come up on appeal, the prosecution needs to show that it entered every detail, every bit of evidence into the record. Melvin Knight's death penalty trial continues, and today we heard how the final blows he delivered to Jennifer Doherty killed the mentally challenged woman who had been tortured for days.
These are injuries that would have produced a very significant pain and physical as well as emotional suffering.
As Dr. Cyril Wecht described the extreme physical and emotional pain Doherty endured, a person had to wonder how the torture did not kill her. After all, Doherty was beaten with a towel rack, force-fed concoctions of bleach and human waste, and kicked and punched. But even though the 30-year-old woman was bruised and beaten, Dr. Wecht told the jury the 7 stab wounds to her chest killed her.
I think she would have remained conscious for no more than 1 to 2 minutes after infliction of the stab wounds of the chest.
Knight admitted that he was the one holding the knife. After Wecht's damning testimony, Knight's attorneys tried to gain ground during the cross-examination of Knight's ex-girlfriend, Amber Meitinger. The defense grilled Meitinger on the fact that her stories have changed from when she first talked to police to her current testimony. The defense also questioned her memory and brought up the fact that she too suffers from depression and a bipolar diagnosis. And when Amber Meitinger got off the stand today, she was crying, and as she left the courtroom, she stopped right in front of Jennifer Doherty's parents, and she said to them, "I'm sorry, I'm just so sorry." Another development in court today, one juror was dismissed from this case and replaced. This is the same juror who went to the judge earlier this week and said that he accidentally overheard someone talking about the case out in the public area. A reason for his dismissal, however, was not given. Reporting live at the Westmoreland County Courthouse tonight, I'm Courtney Brennan, Channel 11 News.
And West Nile worries spreading across the country. Local health leaders are taking action. This is video from mosquito spray last week. The health department will spray Pittsburgh's Bloomfield neighborhood tonight from 8 till 11. More than 100 mosquito samples have tested positive for West Nile and the county. No human cases, though, have been reported so far. Meantime, sprays are taking place across the country to combat what is on track to be the worst outbreak of West Nile in U.S. history. More than 1,100 cases have been reported across 38 states. 41 people have died. Almost half those cases are in Texas, where the death toll stands at 28.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast in high definition.
Boy, hard to beat a day like today. Plenty of sunshine, temperatures right about where they should be, and the humidity down in the comfortable range. So good afternoon, everyone. I hope you had a chance to soak up some of the sunshine. Wanted to start with this satellite shot, which is basically cloud-free. Take a look across the western half of Pennsylvania, stretching all the way into parts of West Virginia. Plenty of green, clear real estate there poking through, and that's a sign of cloud-free skies. So lots of sunshine is what we're tracking. It will be more like summer. You know, the past week or two, I was looking over some of the data from 2 weeks ago. We've been in the upper 70s to low 80s, which is comfortable, but we haven't had those spikes in the mid 80s. We're headed back to that as we wrap up tomorrow and head into the weekend. There'll be an isolated shower possible, but really the setup of this next system is going to be more to our east, and I'll pinpoint that on Storm Tracker coming up. Right now, picture perfect. Blue sky, a couple of white clouds at times, 83 the temperature. Southwesterly wind is on the light side, so that will play into some patchy fog again tomorrow morning. As was the case this morning, it won't be widespread, but there could be a couple of pockets of fog. 57 at 7 a.m., 81 by noon. And here we go with the warm-up, 86 degrees by 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Sunny and warm, and I'll tell you that it will be slightly more humid. Not unbearable, not oppressive, but it will be a little more humid tomorrow, feeling more like summer. Speaking of which, high pressure is the driving influence. That south wind coming around it will eventually warm the temps back into the mid-80s during the day tomorrow and again on Saturday and part of the day Sunday too. In fact, let me show you the temperature forecast hour by hour, county by county. You can see the tick upwards for Greensburg coming back in 86, 87 degrees by 5 o'clock tomorrow. Jeanette, Irwin, Trafford, you'll be that warm. 86 around Morgantown, Washington, Cannonsburg. You're also going to warm up as well. And there'll be sunshine. A few clouds early at 7 a.m. Here's Storm Tracker, your clock. By noon, just an isolated shower chance well east of Pittsburgh into the ridges. And by tomorrow night, that isolated shower chance winds down, and we're setting up a good-looking Saturday, too. Here's your forecast for the evening tonight. Be on the lookout for the patchy fog. Otherwise, windows open. 57, clear and cool. High temperature tomorrow back to 86, mostly sunny, continued warm. 5-day forecast from Severe Weather Team 11. Saturday's high temperature 86. A sweet-looking Sunday, too. In the week on Sunday at 85, partly sunny skies.
We're keeping tabs on the search for a baby kidnapped from McGee Women's Hospital. More live updates just a few minutes away.
And a deadly crash right at the same intersection where someone died last year. New today, we go back to the scene and discover what makes this road so dangerous and what is being done now to make it safer.
See that lady right there? She was inside when a car went right through this wall.
Right now, new at 5, police in Elizabeth searching for the vandals who trashed a sand sculpture. That $5,000 sand sculpture was at the Lewis and Clark Gateway Festival, which starts tomorrow. When the artist went to finish it today, he found this.
The way the sand is, it cannot be repaired. And it takes him approximately 5 to 6 days to complete it.
Well, the artist, who is from Chicago, has since left town. Police are asking anyone who may have seen the vandalism to give them a call.
A store gets a drive-through in the worst kind of way. A car smashed right into it, punching a hole in the wall. Only Channel 11's Amy Marcinkowitz is taking us inside with a worker who managed to escape injury. Amy?
Well, we want to tell you that the driver was actually inside this store. She was shopping, then she checked out, she got back in her vehicle, and all of a sudden she was going to leave. She plowed right back into that store. There were 5 people inside.
This was pretty scary, the scariest thing I've ever seen.
Shirley Neely was in the middle of all the chaos right behind the counter when this SUV came through the front of her store. DeWalt's Health Center in New Brighton, a mess. The accident took out the wall, the window, a lot of the items on the shelves.
She had just been in here shopping and she was pulling out, and we don't know exactly what happened that caused the truck to come through the window.
To make matters worse, Shirley wasn't the only one on the inside. She was checking out a mother who had 2 kids with her.
Her little boy had gone to the other side of the store, and at that time the truck came through the front window and wall. The little boy was actually trapped on the other side of the store. We were not able to get to him because of all the broken glass and the car and the wood that had fallen down.
Investigators believe the driver in her 70s had the car in drive instead of reverse.
We thank the Lord that nobody was hurt. A lot of damage done, but nobody was hurt, and so we're very thankful for that.
Yes, they are thankful tonight. That store is open once again tonight. We want to tell you that police and firefighters believe that this was just an accident, and they are thankful too that no one was injured. Reporting live, Amy Marcinkowitz, Channel 11 News.
They were billed as helping Pittsburgh building inspectors do a better job.
Only those computers sitting in a closet are collecting dust.
It's a complete waste of money. It's a complete waste of money. It's a complete waste of resources.
Is this why we're broke? Ahead at 5:45, Target 11 investigator finds out why the city spent more than $150,000 in taxpayer money for something it isn't even using.
And we are at the hospital and at Pittsburgh Police Headquarters working to find out more about a newborn abducted from McGee Hospital. Police are questioning someone, but they've not been able to find the little boy. We are expecting some new details from a police press conference, and we'll bring that to you live.
Live, local, late breaking. Channel 11 News starts with breaking news.
A dramatic scene we've been showing you all afternoon. Police cruisers swarming McGee Hospital in Pittsburgh after a newborn was abducted. Right now, police have no idea where the baby boy is, who was born Tuesday, and he's been missing now for several hours.
We're going to check in again with Vince Sims, who's been at the hospital since his story first broke. Vince.
Yes, we're bringing the very latest information on the situation at this time. And what we have been told is that police did have a person of interest at one point, but we're now being told that she is not the person who took the baby at this time. But here at McGee Women's Hospital in Oakland, there's been a lot of activity since we made it here early this afternoon when we saw the police arriving on scene with their sirens and lights still going as they came to make this investigation, looking for this missing 3-day-old little baby boy. Take a look at this picture. This is the young man they're looking for right now that was stolen here from the hospital. That is 3-day-old Bryce Coleman. Coleman. I had a chance to speak with his grandmother and an aunt of his who told me his name, said it's Bryce Coleman. This is the one they're looking for. So if you should happen to see that little baby around with somebody, that's who they're looking for. Now, they're told earlier that a woman came here into the hospital dressed in black scrubs, and she was able to get that baby out somehow. Family members actually told me that the woman they're looking for had actually been in the mother's room a few times throughout the day. We're still working to confirm that information through police or through the hospital at this time. But again, police are still looking for a black female that was dressed in black scrubs that left this hospital with a 3-day-old little boy. That's the very latest information we have at this point. We're going to be here at the hospital bringing you the very latest. Reporting live in Oakland, Vince Sims, Channel 11 News.
Investigators believe a woman bought scrubs before taking the baby.
And that angle of the story sent them to a woman's house, and they're still questioning her. Kara Sapita picks up the story from here. Kara.
Police rushed to this home here in Wilkinsburg, hopeful they were going to find the suspect and, more importantly, that baby. That didn't happen. We were there as they took this woman away for questioning. As you'll see, she was not wearing scrubs. They're calling her simply a person of interest, not a suspect. Here she is with a towel over her head, leaving this Wilkinsburg home in handcuffs. This happened around 3 o'clock this afternoon at a home on Laketon Road. Neighbors say Pittsburgh police and Wilkinsburg police rushed in from all directions down this one-way street. Investigators tell me this woman's name was the one used at the store in Oakland where the woman bought that UPMC nurse's uniform. Police say that this woman was extremely cooperative, as was everyone inside of that home. Police are simply following up on each and every tip. That was their strongest this afternoon. Sources tell me, however, that that woman had a strong alibi all day today. She was with her family. They simply took her in for questioning. I'd also like to add that here we are in Wilkinsburg, outside of the police department, and at least a dozen people have walked up to our live truck asking about the baby, if the baby has been found, saying they're praying for the baby. Word traveled extremely fast this afternoon as police continue their search. Live in Wilkinsburg, I'm Kara Sapita, Channel 11 News.
All right, Kara, thank you. Well, you might be wondering, as we've been, why there's no Amber Alert for baby Bryce. We've been asking that all afternoon, so Target 11's Rick Earl started digging for answers. Rick, what'd you find?
Well, David, Amber Alerts come from the state. In the past 20 minutes, Pittsburgh police told us they were working on getting that Amber Alert sent out, but officials in Harrisburg said they haven't gotten what they need to issue it yet, even though this case seems to fit the criteria. Now, here's the checklist. Police must believe an abduction occurred. The child must be less than 17 years old. Officers must believe the child is in danger, and there must be descriptive information available about the circumstances. Now, that Amber Alert would send out alerts on television, radio, PennDOT signs, and to cell phones through text messages. Obviously, it could be a big help in this case. If and when it's issued, we'll, of course, let you know immediately. In the newsroom, Rick Earl, Channel 11 News.
We're going to bring you updates every 15 minutes on this story, and we'll break in immediately if baby Bryce is found.
It started with a deadly accident that we first told you about on 11 at 11 last night. A car crossed over the center line and crashed into a minivan with her mom and kids inside. The car's driver was killed. Then we started asking some questions about the safety of Howes Run Road and Route 908 in Fawn Township. And Channel 11's Jodine Costanzo is finding out this is a dangerous area that needs some attention.
The wreckage is devastating. 67-year-old Barbara Daniels of West Deer killed instantly. A mother and her 3 children in this van injured.
It's really bad, and a lot of people are getting hurt that same spot.
The crash on Route 908 near Howes Run Road is a scene all too familiar to neighbors who call this intersection dangerous and deadly. Another woman was killed here just a year ago. Howes Run is narrow, bumpy, and windy. Route 908 the same, and where the two meet is a perfect storm for disaster.
Something's got to be done soon.
We returned to the scene today and found this mourner placing flowers where Daniels died. Although the crash is under investigation, police believe Daniels was speeding when she crossed the center line and struck the van. The police chief said speed is a major factor out here near this intersection. We stood out here on Route 908 for about 15 minutes and saw car after car racing by us. Traffic goes well beyond the posted 45-mile-per-hour speed limit. There are signs warning drivers to slow down, but Fawn Township Police Chief Tim Mayberry told me more needs to be done, calling these ineffective. He asked MnDOT to do a traffic study months ago in hopes of making the area safer, but says he got no response. Now, after yet another loss of life, he plans to ask again.
Warning lights maybe half a mile from each side of the intersection.
If nothing is done, the chief warns it's only a matter of time before tragedy strikes here again.
More accidents and possibly more fatalities.
In Fawn Township, Jodine Costanzo, Channel 11 News.
It's a lesson his daughter may never forget. A dad was teaching his daughter how to drive when she was trying to back up and let a tractor trailer back up at the Corliss Tunnel near Carson Street. But the girl left the car in drive and hit the truck. And you can see some of the damage to the windshield. No one was hurt.
A former dentist lawyer says his client threatened to kill an FBI special agent, all because of Bill Gates. Our partners at the Trib report that Anthony Donazzi's lawyer said Donazzi thought Gates was sending radio waves through his computer and damaging his brain. Donazzi made calls to a federal judge and agents in Seattle urging them to arrest Gates. Donazzi pleaded guilty in May. He's set to be sentenced on Wednesday. A Beaver County mother is accused of hosting a party where a 12-year-old and 15-year-old were given alcohol and smoked marijuana. Police say Tracy Ann Croxton threw the party at her home on Shannon Circle in Dougherty Township earlier this month. She faces corruption of minors and giving alcohol to minors charges.
4 people are charged for what police say they found growing in a Greene County home. The Observer reporter says state police found marijuana plants and drug paraphernalia inside the home on Mount Morris Road in Franklin Township. Police say more arrests are possible.
A motorcyclist recovering after a crash in the Hill District. The driver crashed his motorcycle into a tree on Heron Avenue around 2 this morning. The driver's in stable condition. Police are investigating. Another driver seriously hurt when his car slammed into a pole in the Strip District. This happened around 1:30 this morning on Liberty Avenue. At last check, the driver was in serious but stable condition. No word on a cause.
A truck parks in a garage, but not the way it was designed to happen.
No, check out the crazy damage left from this emergency parking job, and the people sleeping inside didn't notice a thing. Next, how they were finally alerted about this crash in their own garage.
And the story that's a buzz on social media, a link between autism in children and the father's age. How experts say a child is more likely to become autistic with each passing year.
We are following 2 consumer alerts for you tonight. The first involves lettuce that could be in your refrigerator right now. Dole recalling Italian blend bag salad sold in several states, including Pennsylvania, because of listeria concerns. The recalls for a 10-ounce bag with use-by date of August 20th. The company says it doesn't know of any illnesses, but is asking consumers to throw it away if they have it. And they help you see in the middle of the night, but these night lights could pose a fire hazard. Energizer recalling about 260,000 LED rotating lights because they can overheat and smoke. They're sold only at Target. If you have them, you should unplug it and contact Energizer.
A new report shows older fathers may be more likely to have autistic children. The study from the journal Nature shows that for each decade a man ages, his chances of fathering a child with autism goes up by 22%. Many scientists caution that while the research is important, a father's age is just one of the factors that increase the risk of autism, and that the increasing average of age of fathers is just a small part of the jump in autism cases.
If you look at the risk factors that are contributing towards autism, then actually all the other risk factors are still going to be more important than the risk caused by these mutations.
This story, though, is creating a lot of comments on our Facebook page, and we want to hear from you. Just become a fan at WPXI.com.
An infant kidnapped from McGee Hospital today.
We're staying on top of this breaking story.
She was in my sister's room posing as a nurse.
And what we're learning about the search for baby Bryce.
Your tax dollars paid for special computers to go in every building inspector's car. So why aren't they using them? Target 11 is on the case.
And Skywise, blue skies the theme today. That'll translate into clear skies overnight tonight. We are rain-free, and I have the latest drought information just issued today. I'll have that forecast for you coming up in just a couple of minutes. The
Staying on top of breaking news of an infant abducted at McGee Women's Hospital. Police swarmed the hospital just before 2 this afternoon, searching for a 3-day-old baby boy taken by a woman dressed in scrubs. We've learned the woman removed the security bracelet on the newborn's wrist and ankle. Family gave us this picture of young Bryce Coleman. His aunt says the suspect went into her sister's room 3 times, portrayed herself as a nursing student. Police took a person of interest into custody. So far, though, no arrests, and both Bryce and the suspect have not been found.
Now to a Target 11 investigation. $150,000 of your tax dollars just sitting in a closet collecting dust. The city of Pittsburgh used that money to buy more than 40 computers for building inspectors.
Target 11 investigator Rick Earl started asking what's the holdup and why aren't they in use?
The Panasonic Toughbook, a laptop computer with a hefty price tag, $3,697.28. In November of 2010, the city purchased 41 of these computers for a total of more than $157,000. The goal, to outfit every building inspector so they can quickly and easily input information from the field, saving time and money. No laptop in there. But Target 11 discovered that nearly 2 years after purchasing these computers, they have never been used. And they sit in storage on the 6th floor of the city-county building behind the doors of the Information Systems Department.
It's a complete waste of money. It's a complete waste of money. It's a complete waste of resources.
Controller Michael Lamb tells me what's even more disturbing is that the city was paying a $30 monthly fee for wireless service for every laptop.
Taxpayers were basically paying a monthly phone bill, so to speak, an airtime bill.
And they weren't even using
for
them.
40-some computers that were sitting in a closet.
So what's the problem? Why aren't the computers in the building inspectors' cars? Lamb says he was told a software glitch was the big holdup. But when we began asking questions, the administration told us there were several larger, more pressing projects that needed the attention of City Information Services. The city's director of operations, Dwayne Ashley, telling Target 11, quote, CIS has limited resources. Without any new resources other than a project manager in the Department of City Planning, some functions had to be pushed towards the background. Ashley says those projects have now been completed and CIS is moving forward with the new laptops. But Controller Lamb says he's heard those promises before.
They continue to report to us is that they are implementing this new software and it's taking time and that there have been glitches. But every time they report to us, it's going to happen soon. It's going to happen soon. We made the right decision in going out and buying them because we really thought it could help them meet their mission down there. But they're not meeting anyone's mission sitting in a closet.
Now, the controller says he was told the laptops would be in the hands of the inspectors by July, but that never happened. Tonight, I'm told inspectors will get those laptops by the end of September. Now, we also wanted to know how much money the city paid in monthly fees for those wireless air cards. Director Ashley wouldn't tell us, and the controller is now working to get an exact figure. We will, of course, keep you posted. Rick Earl, Channel 11 News.
Okay, Rick, thanks. And remember, you can contact Rick and have him look into problems you're dealing with. You can email him at target11@WPXI.com. You can also reach him through Facebook and Twitter.
A WVU student from Pennsylvania has been charged with allegedly breaking into a Morgantown apartment. Police say they responded to the apartment early this morning and found a man matching the description of the one who kicked in a back door and then went into a bedroom. Officers charged Kevin Carbine of Boiling Springs with burglary. He's now in the Monongalia County Jail. Parents hope school administrators will help if their kids are bullied at school, but parents in Arizona say administrators at their daughter's school suggested that she transfer schools because of bullying. 9-year-old Michaela Chunick says the bullying started 18 months ago. Her mom says she couldn't focus on school and was held back a grade. She transferred schools but says she's still being bullied.
Call me a loser, trip me, hit me with footballs, hit me in the face. He's beaten up.
You know, she liked school and now she hates school, and I just can't even explain or put into words how it feels.
The girl's parents want the school to provide some counseling. School leaders say they'll look into it.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast in high definition.
Sunshine around today, but we're also tracking the air quality. Anytime you get a stagnant air mass that brings you so much sunshine, the risk is there that the air quality may be compromised. So let me show you the severe weather risk. We headline it with an air quality alert, which I'll show you in a moment. Sunshine and warm temperatures will be the theme tomorrow and for most of the weekend. Very light winds, and that's part of the problem when it comes to the air quality. Nothing much to stir up the pollutants comes around, so it becomes very stagnant and code level orange again tomorrow as it was today. You know the drill. If you are sensitive to pollutants outdoors, maybe you have asthma or lung issues, be alert tomorrow as you're making your plans outdoors. 83 now at International Airport. That's our high for the day and a couple of clicks above the average of 81. 86 in Beaver Falls, so warming up there. 82 in Butler, and we are headed up the scale again tomorrow. This is your temperature forecast. So this is a forecast for Friday. We push all the way into the mid-80s, some areas notching up closer to the upper 80s, and we do it again on Saturday. The Saturday temperature forecast back in the mid to upper 80s. Indiana, you'll come in at 87, Pittsburgh at 86, Greensburg, Jeanette, Irwin, Trafford coming in around 86, and 85 even at Deep Creek Lake, Maryland. So a great looking Saturday. Talking about good weather, we are tracking the rain, and so far we're actually close to par in terms of rainfall. So far for August, we've had just over 2.5 inches, which is close to where we should be, giving us a below average very little, but that's not the whole story. Still keeping an eye on the drought conditions, and abnormally dry is the story for most of western Pennsylvania, not quite into Westmoreland County and Indiana. This is the latest graphic updated from the folks that keep track of the drought situation, and we are still abnormally dry here. Not much in the way of rain coming our way for the next 24 hours, but we do see just a slight chance for a shower. Storm Tracker is that great visual to give you the idea of where rain may fall, and here's Friday morning at 8. Plenty of sunshine, but by the noon hour we may see an isolated shower, primarily well east of Pittsburgh as we go through the afternoon. Same story going into Saturday. We may see a couple of isolated showers bubbling up along the ridges as those southerly winds begin to move in that direction. Here's your forecast tonight and into the weekend. It's going to be a sweet looking ride. 86 on Friday, plenty of sunshine. We do it again on Saturday. Your weekend always in view from Severe Weather Team 11. 86 on Saturday, 85 on Sunday, partly cloudy skies, and 82 on Monday with a shower or thunderstorm late day. 80 back on Tuesday with showers. Text weekend to 70123. We'll get that weekend forecast sent to you each day.
Well, an unplanned parking job makes quite a mess.
Yeah, check it out for yourself. But a couple inside their home when this happened missed the whole thing. Next, how they finally got the word. Plus, our big breaking story ahead. The woman who saw a kidnapping suspect before the crime tells us what she told police.
A truck ends up in a garage, but as you can see here, he wasn't trying to park here. The damage pretty bad from the outside, but Channel 11's Lori Hoy takes us inside for a closer look.
State police tell me the truck was traveling in this direction, went off the road. You can see the tire tracks here, and this is the end result. Damage is extensive to the two-car detached garage on rural Crime Brook Hill Road. You can see cinder blocks are on the ground and debris is everywhere. We were there last night just after a Dodge pickup truck plowed into the left side of the garage at about 11 o'clock. The force was so strong, a steel beam came crashing down on the truck with the driver, 28-year-old Dustin Olishny, still inside. I've learned from the homeowners that he was conscious. A husband and wife were home at the time sleeping and didn't realize the accident happened until a neighbor woke them up. The husband used his tractor to lift the beam so crews could pull the truck out and tow it away. No cars were parked inside. However, there was a riding lawnmower and woodworking tools inside that were damaged, along with a water line to the well. For the rest of the day, the homeowners have a big mess to clean up, and they're waiting to hear if their garage can be fixed. The driver was life-flighted to UPMC Presbyterian Hospital, and I'm told he is in good condition. In Mount Pleasant, Fayette County, Lori Hoy, Channel 11 News.
Hydrant problems not the only thing that made it difficult for fire crews fighting a duplex blaze in the Hill District this morning. The fire started on one side of the duplex on Watt Lane just before 8 this morning, then spread to the other side. Crews said one hydrant didn't have any water and another had low pressure, but firefighters also were slowed down by what they found inside.
We were hampered by a lot of debris in the building. We couldn't gain access to it through, the first floors. We had to ladder it.
The battalion chief says there were construction materials and clothes throughout the duplex. One side was vacant. Investigators aren't sure whether someone lived in the other side. No one was hurt.
Community leaders in the Hill District are hoping money from gaming can bring a grocery store to their community. The Post-Gazette reports the Hill House Association wants $800,000 from the Greater Hill District Development Growth Fund to cover the costs of Shop and Save grocery store. That fund is from the Rivers Casino, which gives $3 million to the Hill District over the first 3 years of operation.
Well, all day long we've been breaking into program to bring you the very latest on a baby kidnapped from the hospital.
And right now we have every side of this story for you. Channel 11 News at 6 starts right now.
Live, local, late breaking. Channel 11 News starts with breaking news.
My sister's heartbroken. This is, her baby boy, and we just want to see him back safely.
They certainly do. A family's joy shattered. Their newborn was taken right out of McGee Hospital today. Tonight we have team coverage of a baby kidnapped.
And our entire team is working on this major breaking story. Our Vin Sims talked with the missing baby's family. Julie Fine interviewed a woman who came face to face with the suspect just hours before the crime. Rick Earl is following security. How does someone walk out of a hospital with a baby? And Kara Sapita following another angle, a woman who's being questioned right now. Well, let's get started with Vince Sims, now at McGee Women's Hospital again with the very latest for us live now. Vince.
Yes, we have been here all afternoon since this first started happening, breaking. It's been a very active scene around here pretty much all afternoon. Right now, things are starting to slow down just a little bit, but security is still high. We want to first of all show you this picture right now. This is the little boy that they're looking for at this moment. This is the little boy that they're looking for at this moment. This is 3-day-old Bryce Coleman is the one that they are looking for. We're being told that that little boy was stolen here from McGee Hospital. Now, also want to take a look. This is the video. This is what this scene was looking like earlier when we first arrived here. But when they first arrived, a lot of police were arriving on scene and a lot of activity with their lights and sirens going as they were going out full blast search for this little boy here at this time. Now, again, I did have a chance when I first made it here to talk with the grandmother of this little boy and the little boy's aunt. The family is making a very emotional plea to return this baby, and at the same time, they tell us how this may have happened.
Somebody came in the hospital and claimed they was my daughter's sister, and they took her newborn baby that she just had on Tuesday. And we don't know where it's at. Somebody got my grandson. Please return my baby. God, please. An innocent baby going in here. What was they doing?
That's how she got away with the baby. The nurse actually cut the band off, and she was able to get away. And she was in my sister's room posing as a nurse student.
So again, a very emotional plea for that family, hoping for a very positive outcome with this situation right now. We are here at the hospital, and I was hearing from a security guard there some information that may be coming in. I've got to confirm some things right now. We will have an update for you coming your way in just a little bit on some possible information regarding that little baby. Very latest details here at McGee Hospital in Oakland. Vince Sims, Channel 11 News.
And our team coverage continues for you right now with Julie Fine tracking the clues police are hoping will lead them to baby Bryce. She joins us live now with more. Julie.
Well, we're a couple of blocks from McGee. Police believe this is the store where the suspect may have bought the scrubs. You can see them right here in the window. Police were over here earlier today. They just left here a little while ago. Now you can see police in the store talking to the manager and looking at the merchandise. Now this right here is the black scrub top that this woman bought. The store manager sold it to her early this morning. She then explained to us exactly what happened.
There really wasn't anything that unusual about it, honestly. She came in, said she needed a scrub top, said she was starting to train today, needed the top to start her job, and I said okay, took her information like we always do, and she paid with cash and she was done.
Now, right now you're looking at the doors of the store. We are told that she was here at 9 a.m. when the store opened. Police say that she did leave a name here. We're live in Oakland. Julie Fine, Channel 11 News.
Chopper 11 overhead today as a woman was brought in for questioning in this kidnapping case. We know she is not a suspect. It's unclear just how she is connected, though. And our Kara Sapita was there on the ground.
She's live now in Wilkinsburg tracking this part of the story for us. Kara?
Police rushed to this home. They were hopeful they were going to find the suspect and, more importantly, the baby. That did not happen. We were there when they took this woman out in handcuffs. They're calling her a person of interest, not a suspect. You'll see she wasn't wearing scrubs. Here she is with a towel over her head, leaving this Wilkinsburg home in handcuffs. It happened around 3 o'clock this afternoon at a home on Laketon Road. Neighbors say Pittsburgh police and Wilkinsburg police rushed in from all directions down this one-way street. Investigators tell me that this woman's name was the one used at that store in Oakland where the woman bought the UPMC nurse's uniform. Police say that this woman, as well as several others inside of that home, were being very cooperative. Police were disappointed that they did not find the baby here. They're following up on every lead.
A search of the residence, it did not turn up any signs of a child at this point.
Right now you have no idea where this baby is?
Not at this point.
Sources tell me that that woman has a strong alibi. She was with her family all day. They did take her to Pittsburgh Police Headquarters for questioning. I wanted to say that people here in Wilkinsburg keep coming up to our live truck asking us if the baby has been found. Word traveling extremely fast. People here praying the baby is returned to his mother. Live in Wilkinsburg, Kara Sapaida, Channel 11 News.
Okay, you've got a lot of questions about how this happened. So did we. Let's get right to Rick Earl with what UPMC.
Yeah, David, we just got a timeline from UPMC on how all of this went down and when exactly they called police. Now, UPMC says at 12:34, the baby's security bracelet was cut by a nurse and the family was ready to go. The family says another nurse came in claiming to need one more exam and took the child. At 1:15, Dad told the staff the baby was missing. UPMC tells us they searched themselves first and called in police at 1:44. That's when people inside the hospital found out too.
Actually, they have the front doors all blocked off, and they just won't let people on the second floor because I guess that's where they took the baby at or something.
Sending everybody through that one door, and there's a cop at the door, and they got everything shut down with cops, so you can't get in or get out without getting your car checked. They're checking all the cars and stuff.
Now, we are just getting some breaking news in on this story. We understand that the baby, the infant, has been found alive and well downtown on 4th Avenue. Police are telling us that they also have the woman, a suspect, in custody. Again, the baby found just minutes ago downtown, alive and well on 4th Avenue, and police also have a suspect in custody. That's the very latest information we're getting from the assignment desk. Again, the baby has been found safe and sound downtown. Darieth, David.
All right, Rick, we do understand that. And if you can stay with us for a little while, Rick, we know you're just getting this information in. 4th Avenue, do we know if this is in a car, in a house? I mean, was someone with the baby? What's the detail?
We had heard some initial reports that there might have been someone walking the baby in a stroller. That's unconfirmed at this point, but that is the initial information that came in here to the assignment desk, was there may have been a woman walking the infant in a stroller, and that's when she was spotted, and then police moved in and discovered that this was indeed missing baby Bryce.
I know you're getting this information just, as we are right back there. Was anybody taken into custody with the child? I mean, they found the child, but the woman you mentioned, anybody, arrested or taken into custody by police?
We understand that police do have the suspect, the woman who took this baby from McGee Hospital, in custody at this hour, right now in custody. Apparently the woman was taken in custody with the baby on 4th Avenue downtown just minutes ago.
So, Rick, just so we get some clarification here, and again, we are all just getting this information right now. Earlier, we reported that police had arrived at a home in Wilkinsburg and had taken someone into custody. They were questioning her at that time. We weren't sure if, in fact, this was the suspect. Are we speaking of that woman, or we're speaking of this person who may have been found with the baby at the time the baby was found?
Yeah, Darieth, that's a different woman. We understand that apparently there may have been a name, that woman's name may have been used at McGee Hospital, and that's what led police out to Wilkinsburg to check out that woman, but they discovered that she in fact had a good alibi and she was not involved in this, but her name somehow had come up, and that's why police headed out to Wilkinsburg, brought her in for questioning, and apparently she has nothing to do with this. Again, the woman taken into custody was taken into custody downtown on 4th Avenue with the baby in her possession.
Thank you for that clarification. Thank you.
All right, so good news, the baby has been found, so much relief for the family. Let's go back live to Vince Sims there at McGee. Vince.
Yes, this is the information that I had heard too when I told you I was speaking with somebody here who had heard that the lady and the baby had been found, and we were hearing that the baby was going to be brought here back to McGee to be checked out. Now, I'm going to step out of the way just a second. I cannot tell you that there is a baby in this ambulance right now, but if a baby has been found and they were saying that they were going to bring it back here to the hospital, this could possibly be the ambulance that is bringing that baby back right now. The emergency room here at McGee Women's Hospital is right off to the right, so where you see the ambulance going right there, it's going to make a turn and pull over to the right-hand side to pull in there. From our vantage point where they are keeping the media here on the sidewalk, there is no way for us to actually see the entrance and doorway. I cannot actually say whether they're going to bring a baby carrier out of back of that ambulance, but with the information that we just got in, that this woman who allegedly stole this baby here from McGee Hospital and the little 3-day-old little boy who the family had told me his name is Bryce Coleman, brought back here, if this is in fact that he has been found, he could very well be in that ambulance that was being pulled in at this very moment. Now again, I can't have a vantage point to see what comes out of the back of this ambulance at this point because they have us pushed so far back at this point. But again, little Bryce Coleman, the news we are getting now, according to the Trip, is that he has been found. The woman has been captured. We're going to stay here at the scene. I'm going to try to walk around in just a minute and see if I can get a better vantage point to see what actually comes out of the back of that ambulance in case it could be a baby carrier. Reporting live outside of the hospital in Oakland, Vince Sims, Channel 11 News.
Very good, Vince. We'll check in with you soon, of course. We broke this big story on Facebook, on Twitter, and the web. We use our huge social network every day to bring you big stories. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter and get the up-to-the-second information first. We'll also go back to Vince Sims with any updates for you as soon as we confirm anything.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast in high definition.
Well, shifting gears quickly, let's talk a little bit about the weather. Spectacular outside, but we are tracking just a slight chance for showers. Big area of high pressure keeping us high and dry. In fact, plenty of sunshine today in comfortable numbers. Clear and cool tonight. You may run through a little patchy fog. And then I wanted to show you briefly the storm tracker lookout for tomorrow, Friday, 12 noon, showing just an isolated shower chance. 99% of the area will be dry, but there will be a stray shower possible, especially to the east, and I'm just getting some late data in. I'll have that rain chance forecast that continues into the weekend for you coming up in less than 10 minutes in my full forecast. See you then.
Stephen, thank you very much. Well, it's been our big story all day long.
And we are so happy to report a missing baby has been found after being taken from the hospital. We have a team of reporters getting all of the latest information for you, so you want to stay right here as we bring you up to date on this major story. Now, this is the news we've been waiting all afternoon to report. Baby Bryce has been found on 4th Avenue. You're looking live from Chopper 11 at an ambulance that we believe is now carrying the baby from 4th back to McGee, where he was taken this afternoon.
So we're going to keep an eye on this with Chopper. We would love to bring you live pictures of the baby coming out of that. Just such good news that the baby was found. Imagine the feelings of the family there. For about 5 hours, this child has been missing. Someone who just went across the street into a hospital store and got some scrubs, put them on, went in the hospital, took the baby, cut off the little ID tag, the security tag, and then walked out. And of course, the frantic search began right after that by police, and the distraught family just wanting to know what happened and where is their baby. Well, thank goodness the baby's been found.
Yeah, we are so very happy that we're able to report this news for you. Of course, this is a story we've been on top of and will continue to get details. Now the question becomes, how did all of this happen in the first place? And that is what we're going to continue to work on for you, as well as baby Bryce's condition. So stay with us.
Channel 11 News, back with breaking news.
Step to it.
All right, that is a live picture from Chopper 11 there of the ambulance with baby Bryce inside, heading back to the hospital. The baby just a few minutes ago found on 4th Avenue downtown. So that is the good news of this story. The baby abducted, Darius, just a few hours ago at McGee Women's Hospital.
And this certainly couldn't have ended in a better way, in that the baby has been found and a suspect also arrested. Rick has been following this story for us. He joins us live in the newsroom with some more details that he's been working on. Rick.
Yeah, Darius, this is a great ending to this story. We are now looking at live pictures of that ambulance pulling into Magee Hospital right there with the baby Bryce Coleman, the 2-day-old baby that was kidnapped from Magee Hospital earlier this afternoon. That baby was found just a short time ago, alive and well, safe and sound on 4th Avenue downtown. We also understand from Pittsburgh police that a female suspect has been taken into custody. That suspect will be taken over to Major Crimes headquarters downtown. The woman apparently was walking the baby in a stroller downtown when police spotted the woman. We're not sure if a tip came in and that led police there, but police moved in and found the baby and the woman there. The woman was taken into custody, the baby taken to Magee Hospital by that ambulance right now to be checked out, but we're told that the baby is safe and sound and is doing very well.
We tracked the kidnapping story from the very beginning today.
And even though baby Bryce Coleman is safe, there's still a lot of questions tonight, like, how did this happen? How did they beat the security system? And obviously, how's he doing and how is his family doing? We are at the hospital where Bryce is being checked out right now, and we're also catching up with the family.
Getting a look at the suspect there. She just was brought in to Pittsburgh Police Headquarters. This is new video now. We'll find out more about her tonight. Be sure to check in with WPXI.com and with us on Facebook and Twitter and 11 at 11 on TV on WPXI tonight. So, Darius, just great for a change to have a good result to a story like this. The baby is found. Thank goodness.
And as rare as these cases are where babies, newborns are taken out of hospitals, this is, of course, a great story to tell tonight that baby Bryce was found within the last half hour ago. So this is wonderful news for his family.
The woman there being interviewed, I can't wait to hear what she has to say. And as you mentioned, Darius, just learn more about this story. Such a sad few hours for the family, desperation, but thank goodness the baby's found.
Yeah, stay with us. We're going to have more for you tonight at 10 and 11 o'clock. We'll see you then. Good night.